A-2, number 3. A 600 Newton block is lifted by the friction-free pulley system shown by the diagram on the right. Question A says or asks how many strands of rope support the 600 Newton weight. If you look at the diagram, you can see that there are 7 strings total, but only 6 of them matter, the ones that are supporting the weight. The one on the far right that the man is holding does not count because it's not really supporting anything. So the answer to question A is 6. Question B asks what is the tension in each strand. Tension is equal to force. And if you take the total amount of weight that is being supported by the 6 strings in the figure and you divide that weight by each of the 6 strings that's supporting it, you will get the amount of force or tension in each strand. So once we do that, we come out with a tension of 100 newtons. Question C asks, what is the tension in the end held by the man? It is also 100 newtons because you would still do the same thing that you'd done before, 600 divided by 6. However, as we said before, that string is negligible. He's providing the same amount of force but downward. So that is the tension in the strand. Now, question D asks, if the man pulls his end down 60 centimeters, how many centimeters will the weight rise? This is another distribution question. Each string, there's 6 strings, but he pulls his end down by 60 centimeters. If you divide the amount of the length that he pulls his string down, you divide that by the number of strings and you get 10 centimeters. That is how many centimeters each string will be lifted proportionally. So the answer, once again, to that is 10 centimeters. Question E asks, what is the ideal mechanical advantage of the pulley system? By definition, mechanical advantage is the number of times easier to do the work needed to be done. You can define it in equation form by saying bigger force over smaller force, or larger distance over smaller distance. In this case, we're using tension, so it's the force that we need. So if we take the big force, which is 600 newtons, which is what the newtons are, which is what the strings are supporting, and you divide that by the and you divide. Okay, so yeah, we had a brief intermission. We're back. So if you take the bigger force, which is what the 6 strings in the middle are supporting, and you divide that by the smaller force in each strand, you will determine the amount of mechanical advantage, the number of times easier to do the work that needs to be done. So as a result of dividing 600 newtons by 100 newtons, we get a resultant mechanical advantage of 6 newtons. Lastly, the last question asks, if the man does 60 joules of work, what will be the increase of potential energy of the 600 Newton weight? Okay, so in this class, you probably have already talked about conservation of energy, meaning that if potential energy decreases, then kinetic energy increases, and vice versa. Therefore, energy will be conserved. If the man does 60 joules of work downward, meaning kinetic, then the potential energy of the weight will increase by 60 joules equally. So again, that's conservation of energy. Okay, we're done. See ya.